Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Presidential Executive. What's going on? This your boy right here, JB. This is my brother over here, El Presidente Rag. What it do, my brother?
What's going on, brother?
Man, you know, we just having some issues with this live, man. So anybody that was trying to get on that live, because I put it on Facebook, put it on all that stuff. But we're going to try to get this out ASAP, so just hang with us. But right now, you watching this right now, go ahead and like that video right now. Go ahead, wherever that you stream podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and Stitcher. All right, I want to get straight into it, man, because we've been fumbling with this stuff, man, for probably the last 30, 40 minutes, and so we're gonna get right into it. But actually, I told you before we got started, kind of pulling the audible. You know what I mean? Because you know what I'm saying. I put
because we had some stuff that happened in the last couple of hours.
Right, and so if you look at the thumbnail, you see my boy Jerry Jones up there. Today, actually, Tuesday the 15th, he was on, I think, 105.3 fan in Dallas, and he had a lot to say. And actually, I'm gonna play the audio so you can actually hear exactly what he said. But just the Cliff Notes part before I play the audio, he got questioned pretty much. He got questioned about his offseason moves or the lack thereof, and us getting tore up by Detroit in 47-9 at home again, which
in Jerry World.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna play that real quick. But right, tell me what's up, man. While I get this queued up right quick.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like he could have what's the manual and Philip Hudson. Asking all them questions, making statements.
Yeah.
This sucks. I just think that where is this? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes when somebody touches a nerve, it's easy to get defensive. And I think the realization now that years ago, you probably should have kind of peeled back the reins a little bit. It's an old saying that goes, you be amazed at what you can do when nobody gets the credit. And so, that was the issue. You won back-to-back Super Bowls, what I want to say 3 and 4 years or something like that, 3 and 5 years. Mm-hmm. Like, you legit made a dynasty. You had Hall of Famers, but you wasn't being seen enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you're a billionaire. No matter how many people can say Jimmy Johnson was doing all that, Jimmy Johnson can't scratch. And Jimmy Johnson got money. But compared to Jerry, Jimmy Johnson is valeting Jerry's cars.
Yeah.
He got more money than we do.
Yeah.
But compared to Jerry, it's like, what it say, you ain't a millionaire unless you got $2 million.
Yep.
You ain't a billionaire unless you got $2 billion. Like, Jerry's got that 3 or 4 times over.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So
Yeah, it's one of those. But I'm gonna say a little bit of my commentary after listening to this. This is actually from the Rich Eisen show, and he was talking about. I think they had the parts that I was trying to. I think it was about a 20-30 minute whole interview. So I'm gonna play the whole thing. So just play kind of the stuff that was crazy. They did.
This is now coming home to roost.
Now don't tell me about should gotten a guy in the off season.
Why not?
This isn't a damn word argument just because I'm not arguing with you. I'm dealing with how we line up against San Francisco, not what I did wrong last week or last month or 2 months ago or 2 years ago. If I really gave you guys a list of all the things I've done wrong over the last few years, you couldn't be on this program for the next 5 years steady and go over it. But every now and then you do some right things, and at the end of the day you add it up, and the rights give you a better spot than the wrongs. But if you think for any minute right now, there'll be one Super Bowl champion. What do the others do wrong? There's one Super Bowl champion. Now, we want to be that champion. And I'm sure not throwing the towel in today because of what happened out there Sunday. But I'm not going to sit here and waste a lot of energy, a lot of time. Let's talk about what I should have done back in 1907 or 2017. Ben, come on. I've got more time than that, and I actually don't even have time on this great show for looking back at decisions.
Okay, so Jerry, 1970, a little different from this past off season in building the team we're talking about today, which there was a lot of criticism that you guys didn't add, didn't spend, and don't add, and don't spend, and are not aggressive enough with some of the problems that are still haunting the Cowboys today that we see play out on the field. That's the point of talking about the off season.
I remember those criticisms very well. Okay, so what?
Are they playing out to be accurate?
What's your point? What's your point?
My point is, it seems like
Listen, let me tell you what I'll do. Let me tell you what I'll do about it. I will let us sit down and look at the decisions we've made over the last several years. Okay? I'll look at it. Now, if you think I'm interested on a damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. I'm not. And I really don't, and I don't even want our listeners to listen to me, to talk about, this is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
wow.
105.
Now, if you think...
Okay. All right.
So,
Yeah.
so when I hear that, hold on, I'm because you played it, and I ain't gonna play the whole thing, but this what Jerry Jones sounded like.
You say you don't know where the macho man is coming from? You're right. You don't know anything about the
That's
macho
all
man.
I'm gonna stop it right
Savage,
there.
and where I'm coming.
If you know how we grew up. You know we
Yeah.
grew up on that and how Macho Man had them
Yeah.
crazy like as I'm listening to Jerry and you can see my face. I'm hearing he got real Macho Man energy. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to talk about what happened in 1907 or 2007? Like I'm like Jerry, you tripping, man?
Yeah. Like, I'm a Cowboy fan, so this hit a little deeper. When I just heard about this a couple hours ago, like I told you, Boone hit me up. I was at the store with the fam, and they said, he asked, did I hear what happened with Jerry? And I said, no. So I just Googled Jerry, and this came up. First I read it, but then I was like, let me hear it. So, like, this cut deep. And I think we were talking before, like, hey, man, your team is your team. I don't care if we're 0-16,
Right.
And that's the way I feel about the Cowboys. But the thing about the Cowboys is we're not just dealing with a record. We're dealing with incompetence with our owner and general manager, which makes it. And McDade hit me up on the game the other day. He was like, "Man, if we was in Dallas and we had season tickets, we would be trying to get our money back because all 3 of our home games been blowouts. You know what I mean? You're talking about from the Saints, Baltimore, and now Detroit." And pretty much all 3 of those games was over at halftime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then when Jared, this kind of like you talking to a woman. You know what I'm saying? She try to flip it on you. You trying to, you know what I'm saying, get a real talk in, but he gaslighting them, acting like this is not your job. But actually their job is to get the information or ask, certain stuff. Because I think we haven't been beat this way since Jerry is on the team. You know what I'm saying? The last beating that we got against Detroit. So it's the billionaire talk. It's the you can't question me. Who are you? And then another thing that he said on there was about, you can't talk about the wrongs until you talk about the rights that I've done. Which, like I said, at the end of the day, man, I wasn't expecting to do much this season, but then hearing Jerry talk like this really just like, I'm thinking about pulling a skip. I'm pulling my hat. You know what I mean?
No,
and
don't
just
do
put, it, you just kind of want to.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm not gonna throw it in the trash. You know what I'm saying? So this is some hyperbole, but it doesn't make you feel good because my squad to be my squad, whether we 1-16, 2-16, whatever it is. But
I don't know now. I ain't never seen y'all go 1-16 or 2-16. So I don't know that you're gonna be.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You're not gonna have that big D energy.
Oh,
yeah. You see the pun there?
That's true.
Yeah.
Now, but I just don't. It's just frustrating to hear him say that, but then also it kind of tells me on the other side that this hit this hits him deep where we are right now. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we are 3-3. It's not like we're 1-5 or 0-6. But the way we've been losing at home, it just stings more. It seems like we're like 1-5. It just feels that way just because of how we've been losing at home and, all the stuff. Because the wins that we have now, Cleveland looked like a good win after the first week. You know what I mean? Because of what they did last year coming in. It looked like a good win, but everybody beating up on Cleveland. The Giants beat Cleveland. Everybody beat Cleveland. I think they only maybe won one game, I think, against the Jaguars. So
Right. And everybody's beating the Jaguars, too. So
everybody beating the Jaguars, too. So
it's not an accomplishment.
So the wins that we have, other than the best win we have right now, probably the Giants. The Giants ain't looking too bad, actually. You know what I'm saying? So, but just hearing that, man, it just really almost just, make my head hurt just because I hear an owner that, doesn't have any remorse, like doesn't have any, like nothing's going to change. Yeah. Listening to him doing that stuff. So with him not being able to change, it's like I don't know what he's going to do. Before, I could probably guess what he's going to do. Mm-hmm. I probably thought we was going to go after Derrick Henry. After we didn't do that, I probably thought we was going to draft a running back, but we didn't even do that. So now it's just
and to be honest, like even before Derrick Henry, like Saquon. Because Saquon essentially went to a division rival. Yeah. He went from the Giants to the Eagles, so realistically he could have went to the Cowboys. Like he just was trying to get out of that situation, environment and system. So now granted, King Henry, but I'm just saying, like anybody that was available, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if y'all did a running back by committee type situation, like, Austin Eckler's on somebody's bench right now doing nothing. What's the other
Commanders.
guy?
He with the Commanders. He with the Commanders right now.
Yeah, but he ain't really.
No, he's not really doing nothing.
But I'm just saying, like, if you could just by committee running back, what's the other guy's name? He used to be with Minnesota and played 1 year with the Jets. Dalvin Cook.
He on our practice squad right now.
Oh, Dalvin Cook is?
Dalvin Cook.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, but prior to that.
Yeah, he on our practice squad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he should have been beginning of the season. Mm-hmm. So.
But we should have, like, Derrick Henry, if we didn't get him, we should have got Aaron Jones. And so, and what
used to be with Green Bay?
Used to be with Green Bay. And so what messed me up is after all the paying Dak and paying CD, we could have actually had more cap space to get Derrick Henry if we wanted to, if we got those out the way. So it just didn't happen. But it's just, if you look at the thumbnail, it says Savages. So, we got all the Savages.
And you know what? Like, when you talked about paying Dak and paying CD, like, all of these holdouts, because I'm seeing it with my team, and Ayuk is coming along now, but, like, when these guys aren't there, you're messing with your team chemistry. Mm-hmm. And so it's just like anything else. Like, if you don't go to the gym and lift weights for a month and you was benching 250, you're not going to come in there and hit that 250 the same way. Mm-hmm. You're going to notice you're going to be kind of wobbling a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you out of rhythm, because it's something that even if you're not doing it every day, you need a consistent, thing. And so now the rest of your team is practicing. They're building a rapport with each other. They're building connection and chemistry and rhythm. But your main guys, and you're playing a game, you dangling the carrot in front of them, and it's like you messing your team chemistry up. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like part of that too is, you had the Dak situation where Dak was like, okay, I'm gonna be doing my, like, I'm gonna play regardless because I'm trying to do my thing. But then CD is, doing his thing. Michael Part, like, you got different guys, and it's like, if you're gonna pay him, go and pay him.
And that was my issue, just because the way we lost to Green Bay last year in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? You would think just any other regular team that has a contender mindset, right? That will come back. We ready. Everybody gonna be early to training camp. We gonna, you know what I'm saying, get together. But CD wasn't even there. Right. Dak, like you said, was in limbo. Michael Parsons was like, was he gonna get paid this year? They're gonna wait the next year. And so it just seemed like Jerry kind of playing around with us. And one of my homies that went to TSU, I posted some during the game, talking about making my head hurt. He was like, man, he left us last year. He was a Cowboy fan. He said he left. He said he called it an abusive relationship.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? Which he has a point. You feel me?
But you know who did pay everybody and had them in training camp?
What's that?
Detroit.
Detroit.
And look at Detroit.
Detroit killing, man.
In Detroit, they was like, oh, well, they might play in the NFC Championship game, but now it's looking like everybody like, oh, Detroit might, they might be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But Detroit, from day one, they re-signed Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, early. They did him early.
One of their defensive guys,
Hutchinson. I think they did dude that just got hurt.
Right. Hutchinson. But they paid the people they needed to pay.
Yeah, man.
Nobody was holding out.
Got it out the way.
You know what I'm saying? They coach, got everybody. So now your whole team in training camp, your whole team doing their OTAs and everything.
Yep.
They got a rhythm, consistency, chemistry, and you see the result.
Yeah, man. It's man, like I said, it really pisses me off because if you look at this room in here, I'm Cowboy Blue all the way. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but it's just hard to see just like you kind of in a marriage, right? And your woman keep on abusing you and cheating on you and stuff like that, and just like, but you don't want to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like
I said, my philosophy. I mean, she need to cheat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Go for it. See what's out there. You know what I'm saying? And you might not like it. So, so don't come back like, oh, I should have did. No, you should. Okay, well, you should took your ass out there and did. Don't come back to me talking about you should have did that.
Should have thought about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you here now.
And that's the way I feel. And that's pretty much how I feel about being a Cowboy fan right now. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. I could be coming back on here 3 or 4 weeks later and singing a different tune. We actually play y'all next week.
Y'all are good in October and November.
Usually.
Like sometimes y'all start the season off rough, but what I'm saying is October, November, y'all be good. Going into December is kind of usually the very end of the season y'all take. But
maybe it'd be the opposite.
Y'all gotta. I mean, I feel like y'all gotta. Y'all are gonna have 3 or 4 games in a row where y'all come out and do what y'all do, and niggas is gonna drink the Kool-Aid, and Dallas is back.
Yeah, we gonna see, man. I just thought that Jerry was really on one, but really he was triggered. You know what I'm saying? People been being therapy saying you've been triggered. Like them questions and stuff that they was asking him triggered him to be like, who are you? He literally threatened them folks' job too. Like, I'll get somebody else up there to ask these questions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he got real irritated and you know what I'm saying, started doing a lot of dick swinging. You know what I'm saying, with a lot of his money and the billionaire stuff like that, because that came out. And so that tells me that, obviously I know he's not happy about what's been happening, but he's also now just like, you can't question me now, when it's clearly known that Derrick Henry wanted to come to Dallas. He lives in Dallas in the offseason. He lives in Dallas in the offseason. You know what I'm saying? So it was a setup. And then when they asked him the question, it's like, oh no, Dallas never called me. You know, they asked, did Dallas ever get in touch with you? They was like, no, they never hit me up. They never called me. So it's just a lot of stuff that's going on in Cowboy land. But at the end of the day, like I said, we're 3-3. We gonna see kind of what's going on and kind of go from there. But since we kind of still on the NFL real quick, Devontae.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams got traded to the Jets.
For like a conditional third round.
Conditional third round. I think that's conditional on if he makes a first or second team All-Pro.
Right. So then it'll turn into a second round.
Right. And then Amari Cooper got traded to the Bills. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, word. Now that I didn't know. Yeah, that was new.
Yeah, Amari Cooper got traded to the Bills. So what you think about those trades, man?
Anytime you give Josh Allen another receiver, like, and I mean, you got to keep in mind, like, Amari Cooper been holding it down in Cleveland, and he's had a carousel of quarterbacks since he got traded from Dallas to Cleveland.
And Joe Flacco was the best one he had in there.
Right.
Really?
I mean, between Deshaun Watson, Jameis Winston, Joe Flacco, who was it before?
The black dude? One,
Baker Mayfield.
I can't think of his name. Taylor was his last name or something.
Tyrod
Taylor.
Yeah.
Tyrod was there for
But I mean, I'm just saying he's had a carousel, and I mean, he's been consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Amari on Amari. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still been getting 1,000 yards, you know, between 7 and 10 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like, you put him with a prolific – it's certain quarterbacks, like, if you end up with a Josh Allen or Joe Burrow or Pat Mahomes, it's no – like, if you can't – I mean, they could make me look good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can't. I mean, the only thing I run is my mouth. Like, so you know what I'm saying? My 40 time is like 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? But like, they could make me look like an all pro. So I like that for Buffalo. You give them another target. I am not. I mean, the Chiefs are gonna chief. But I mean, it's good to see some parity in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just anybody in the AFC that could challenge them is good. And for the Jets, Devontae really in his heart of hearts really only wanted to go to the Saints or to the Jets.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So it is his college quarterback, because he was mad that the Raiders got rid of Derek Carr, because it was really like, you could say, oh, well, Derek Carr ain't, but like, dude never had an O-line, never had a defense. You know what I'm saying? And he was putting up good numbers for the Raiders, and it's like, y'all was giving him shit, and he still was kind of turning it into sugar a little bit.
Yeah.
But so he wanted to go play with his college quarterback, which was Derek Carr. They played together at Fresno State. Or who he saw his most success with in the NFL was Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it was clear.
And so every other team, it was like a good destination. It was based off of the success of the teams. But in reality, the only two dogs in the fight was really the Saints and the Jets. And so hopefully he does what he does. And, I mean, he's too great a player. Like, I don't like to see great players in crappy situations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, he
Now-
a dog. I want to see him win.
Yeah. Now, what I think about it, I think that Amari Cooper, that trade, it just happened. I think it probably happened a couple hours after the Devontae trade. I think that's good. I think that's a good fit for Buffalo, just because I think it fits. Because if you remember, Stefon Diggs was his number one receiver in Buffalo, and he was kind of like a prima donna,
Right.
always kind of crying if he want the ball. Like I get it, but Amari Cooper, what we know about him, he was in Dallas. He's not your regular prima donna
Right.
type of dude. Because some games he may have a goose egg. He may not even catch a ball or something like
Right.
that, and he okay with it. He ain't crying in the media. He not yelling at his quarterback on, you know what I'm saying, on the sideline. And so I think this is probably be a good fit for the Bills, because he can kind of fly it around and don't have to worry about Amari Cooper kind of getting upset if he don't really throw the ball when he think he need to throw the ball. So I think that personality fits with the Bills. So I think that would be, because Amari Cole.
Yeah.
Amari, as far as route running, like
Right.
he's up there with Devontae. I think Devontae and him, like as far as, you know, cutting on the dime and getting back to your spot, Amari Cooper and Devontae is probably top three in the league. And Devontae,
I mean, Amari's a great possession receiver.
yeah, he is. Yep, he is that too. So I think that's a good fit for Buffalo. And Devontae, I think Devontae is they need it, because I remember in some interviews a year or two ago that was asking him about, is he going to miss Aaron Rodgers, and he was just like, Aaron Rodgers didn't make me. You know, I'm still him without him. But at the end of the day, man, like you said, the grass ain't always greener. You know what I'm saying?
Still need to be cut.
We talked about this a lot of times on the pod, and so he knows, like, look, I'm still that dude, right? But look, man, this is my Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen type situation. And I ain't gonna lie, when they was in Green Bay, and we had to, like, it was automatic. You could do nothing to stop it. They had the symmetry, they had the chemistry, that little back shoulder pass, 2 feet out of bounds, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where he needs to be, man. Because I think he got what he needed with the Raiders. Everybody still saw, even with the carousel of quarterbacks that they had with the Raiders, he was still giving over 1,000 yards, still having near double-digit touchdowns and stuff like that. So he proved, like, you know how it is when people are that great, they feel that they need to go somewhere to show everybody else that I can do this without so-and-so.
What the hell happened to DeAndre Hopkins?
He in
Is he
Tennessee.
still in Tennessee?
He in Tennessee. He's in Tennessee. He been hurt though.
Oh, okay.
But I think he back though.
Yeah, he need to get out of Tennessee.
Yeah, he do.
That ain't it.
Yeah, he can come Dallas.
DeAndre
He come. We need a number 2, but I think Devontae's will help. They need all the help they can get right now, because they lost Monday Night Football game the other night to the Buffalo Bills, so they 2-4. So you know they gonna need. Now, I was just talking to my coworker about this. People moving somebody a slot down. Garrett Wilson is their second year wide receiver, but he's great. But he's not him yet, not like Devontae. So you push him over to the number 2 slot, he gonna be getting all them number 2 corners.
Man.
He gonna eat them alive.
He gonna,
You know what I'm saying? So Devontae gonna get it's like
Right.
pushing everybody back down a roll is gonna help everybody else out. It's gonna help Aaron out. He gonna have more weapons. He gonna have Lazard as his third one.
yeah, which is a reliable somebody he trusts.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then him and Devontae played together, so they know how to play off each other.
Yep. So that's gonna be A1. So
I mean, like the problem I got with Will Levis is like that nigga put mayonnaise in his coffee. And even you didn't see that? Or he's talking about like Will Levis is like he put mayonnaise, the Hellman's mayonnaise in his coffee.
like literally?
Yeah,
Wow.
like even white folks was like,
Interesting.
because what's the podcast? Shout out to Bussin' with the Boys podcast, and that's
he was on there?
Taylor Lewan and man,
I know you're
can't
talking
think of
about.
it, but they both used to play in the NFL.
Tennessee,
But like,
he was a Tennessee
yeah,
offensive
right,
line.
right.
Yeah.
and so he was talking about it, and I'm like, even white people was like, yeah, we like mayonnaise, but like that's too much.
He put mayonnaise in his
And
coffee?
it's coffee.
Okay. Well, all this makes sense
And that's
now. All this
that's
makes
and
sense.
it shows.
Yeah, it does.
That's horrible.
It does.
And it's
Okay.
just like the way he's been playing. And I had high hopes.
He's talented now. Don't get it
Because
twisted.
man, I'm not even gonna lie.
He's
Did
talented.
you see him at the draft?
He's talented.
And they like, cause they kept showing like the best available pick, and he was sitting there.
Yeah.
And so like one of the ladies was clearly his mom, but like he was sitting with like 2 or 3 children. It's like, man, who I know both of them ain't his woman.
Okay, I know you're
Cause
talking
if they was, he's still that dude, regardless of how wacky he playing in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one of them definitely was. Like one of them might have been his sister, but they were the way they was both like both of them ain't your sister, bro. Cause like they didn't look alike.
Mm-hmm.
So you see what I'm saying? So I had high hopes for him. Cause anybody that's moving like that, like, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then the mayonnaise and the coffee thing, like that.
I didn't know that.
I knew then.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And what about your boy Malik Willis, who was initially, he was the backup quarterback
He
before
in Green Bay right now.
and was killing.
But he killed Tennessee when he came back to
Right.
Tennessee.
No, what I'm saying, when
yeah.
Jordan Love got hurt, they like, oh, shit, Malik Willis can play.
Yeah. You think that skin complexion has something to...
What, the complexion for the protection for the...
Yeah. So,
Complexion
now,
protection for
you
collection.
want to finish some of this sports stuff, or you want to go get into what we're going to get into? With
What else we got from sports?
Sports, we got... Well, we know the NBA starts next Tuesday.
Yeah.
NBA starts next Tuesday. We never talked about the Karl Anthony Towns trade to from Minnesota to New York. You know what I mean? From the
He's
stuff.
actually been looking good.
Zach and Lonzo Ball coming back.
Yeah.
He gonna play the first game. They
Right.
said.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm always glad. Anytime my Bulls can be on, we can be on our bullshit. I'm happy about that.
No doubt. So now we're quick on that cat trade. I actually thought that this was a perfect trade for the Knicks because if you know Thibodeau, like the way his defense works, he kind of need a big that pass the ball
Right.
and kind of big that kind of can be an anchor down there defensively. So and 2, they got rid of Julius Randle, which he's always been a black hole to me. You know what I'm saying? He's a power forward that averages probably about 43% from the field, 44%. Like he just chunk up a lot of shots, and so he takes away stuff from the offense from Brunson, from other players. So Cat is more efficient.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna work.
The only thing I don't like about the trade is I do not like that the Knicks got rid of Dante DiVincenzo.
That's true.
Like that
was
is
a
the
good
only
piece.
part I
Yeah,
don't
I
like
agree
about
with
it
that.
because especially when you had the Villanova crew, you know, with Jalen Brunson, DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, and then they got Bridges,
Yeah.
and it's like, and they were all on the national championship team, you know, together they won it in Villanova, and it's like,
But they kind of can do that now because they got Bridges.
no,
Which
I mean,
I like
that's
it though.
what
I know
I'm saying.
what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
but I'm just saying with
But I'm
those
with you, though.
4 guys,
Yeah.
the rapport that they had, the chemistry, the grit, you know, like they kind of embodied that. They kind of had that 90s vibe, you know, with the 90s New York Knicks.
Yep.
That's the only thing I don't like about it. If it was a way that they could have kept DiVincenzo,
Yep.
I think that they should have.
Yep.
I mean, it remains to be seen. Like Jalen Brunson is definitely a baller. You know, I think he'll finally start to really get his flowers because before they're like, oh, he's underrated, like, but now, like, the respect that he gets, you know, so hopefully that part works out. And like how you talked about Lonzo, like hopefully he stays healthy.
Yeah,
You
man.
know,
Yeah.
I love everything that LeVar Ball embodies. I just don't think at this juncture that they need to wear his shoes.
No,
Not to play basketball.
Not at all.
Maybe for fashion.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
in the
saying?
street,
Like,
in the street.
Yeah, to ride in your car,
Yeah, in the
cut
street.
the grass.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Take pictures, for the gram, put them in the trophy case, not the hoop in though.
yeah. Now, yeah, I'm glad you kind of brought up that point because now I'm thinking now LaMelo and Lonzo seeing that now because they were religiously playing in those shoes in
Both
college,
of them,
in the pros and stuff, and so and the stuff that I've heard from people that I know that actually got the shoes, the look was fine, but the support, especially if you're trying to do something, it's different when you're walking in the street, you going to the club, or you doing something like that. But if you're actually playing professional basketball,
or running, jogging.
yeah, you're doing something like that. It's different, but I'm thinking they learned it. But I'm hoping, to your point, I hope it's not too late for Lonzo.
Yeah.
Because I think he's not more talented than LaMelo to me, but he's more efficient. He's the better player overall when you're talking about grit and all this stuff. LaMelo is he's the most talented guy. Right. He can put up the more numbers.
I think Lonzo's smarter. He got the best IQ.
He's definitely smarter. He's definitely smarter. So,
and all I'm gonna say is that I thought, him and Angel Reese, like he was flirting with her on X and everything like that.
Yeah.
Don't fumble it, cause I'm gonna let you know right now.
Yeah.
Like, if that would be the greatest child ever produced by any, cause like both of them over 6 feet.
Oh, yeah, that'd be tall.
You know what I'm saying? Like both of them. I mean, Lonzo started having injuries, but both of them are athletic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Both of them would. I mean, like they got good basketball IQ. Like that would be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna need for Caitlin Clark to go and get with Dalton Connect. For like lead the hour dude long, like get with Dalton Connect or you know what I'm saying? Austin Reeves.
Yeah. That'll be the genetic lottery.
I'm saying,
You know what
y'all
I'm
gotta be smart.
Yeah, got to.
Like
that's what.
Sinead Gamakwe, like, because ain't she with a boxer or something like that? Isn't she married a boxer or a baseball player or something like that?
I'm not sure. Janae.
No, he's an athlete.
Okay. Well,
but she was a number 1 overall pick. Like injuries messed her career up.
Well, Simone Biles is with an NFL player.
Yeah, but Simone Biles is like 4'9".
Yeah, but
I mean, unless they have a gymnast.
Yeah, but
like, it ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it'd be good enough.
You can't be Muggsy Bogues and Nate Robinson no more. Them days over with.
Hey, it can happen. It can happen. Yeah, so got that, and also just to round out with sports real quick is Coach Prime.
Oh, okay. I thought you was gonna bring up your boy.
Who's that?
Man, your boy, one of the GOATs.
Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna put that in the quickie because I was gonna say something.
But I mean that ain't my sport. But man, even I know.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
that's one of the guys,
okay.
man.
Since we're bringing it up here,
and then we can talk about Prime next. But come on, man. Like that's one of your. That's why I thought about that when I saw it. I'm like, man, that's your boy.
Yeah, that's my guy. Rafa Nadal. He announced his retirement a few days ago. I think he's going to play in the Davis Cup in Spain in the next month or so to end his career. And for me, I know I've talked to Todd about this multiple times and stuff. Like he's my favorite. He's my GOAT. I would say. You know what I'm saying? We argue. Yeah, I can't say that now. But he's my favorite. I can't.
Okay, so Djokovic would be the GOAT, but your favorite.
But my favorite
is Nadal.
But my favorite by far is Nadal.
Okay. No, I'm finna say because I know like Nadal was your guy.
Yeah, Nadal my guy now.
Your big three is Nadal, Djokovic, and Federer.
And because the reason Nadal was my guy was because I've never seen somebody play as hard as he did, put the energy out there. Like I played tennis at not at that level obviously, but at a semi-pro level. And so,
outside of that, the highest that you can get.
Right, yeah.
Like, let's not shit on that.
Yeah, but
I get the modesty, but what I'm saying is like most people stop after high school.
Yeah.
And they may do tournaments here and there, but like you were ranked nationally in college.
Yeah. So yeah, correct.
You know what you're talking about.
But Nadal was just like a ball of fire. Like I saw him rolled pro 6-0, 6-0, 6-0. And to do stuff like that on that level, like his energy was so high. And one of the reasons he had such a vast injury history was because of how his style of play. Like he is balls to the walls like every point.
Right.
Like he not trying to give you anything at all. And so we know his prowess on clay. You know, most of his tournaments was won on clay, which is the knock that a lot of people say against him. But he won, I think, the greatest match I've ever seen before in that Wimbledon final when he beat Federer in his prime, I think in 05. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's on grass, which was Federer's top surface. So I hate to see him go, but at the end, you know, when I look at, like, I don't want to remember him like slowing out on the court.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm noticing now. Like when I see my GOATs, when I see like Serena and other people, like even like LeBron, like is, you know, much as we joan on him and stuff on here and stuff like that, like he's still great. I don't want to see him, you know what I'm saying, like be struggling and, you know what I'm saying, not doing what he's doing.
After 13 points a game.
Yeah, right. 13 points a game, you know, but he may do that. But Nadal, it's time. You know, they actually got the next Spaniard, Carlos Alcaraz, coming up right behind him. That's probably gonna test a lot of his records and stuff like that. But Nadal is my personal favorite, man. I'm definitely gonna miss him. But at the end of the day, you know, Roger gone, now he's gone, and so now Djokovic, if you've seen his play, his play has kind of dialed back a little bit too. So I'm thinking Djokovic probably retire here within the next 2 years. Yep. And but yeah, man, it's a sad time. But I'm
feel
with
like
it.
that crew with Nadal, Djokovic, and I guess the other one would be Federer. That was kind of like when we was growing up, how you had Pete Sampras,
Andre
Agassi, and who would have been the third one?
You can swap between Jim Courier and Michael Chang.
That's what I was going to say, because Michael Chang, the
Chang.
other American, right?
Yep.
Michael Chang, right?
Yep, Michael Chang, yeah.
Because he used to play in a lot of tournaments
Here.
Like,
Because he won a couple times. Yep. He won that a couple times.
But
I actually
like,
ball board that jump when he won it.
Yeah. So like that, because that era of tennis was like
that's what got
amazing.
us into it. It was.
You know what I'm saying? And so like again, and I sucked at tennis, but like
it was entertaining.
You know, when I would watch Andre, because you know he had the Nike commercials. You know what I'm saying? He had the cool ass
Canon
right,
commercial.
the cameras. You know what I'm saying? Like so. And I remember as they were phasing out, then you had like, man, who was this? Roger Federer. He ain't no Pete Sampras, but you like, he good though.
That's that dude.
You know what I'm saying? Who is this? No, I can't think of his first name, but Djokovic. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's good on grass and clay.
Everywhere.
He ain't Andre. He ain't got the swag of an Agassi. You know what I'm saying? Who is this Roger Federer cat? You know what I'm saying? Like, but they, as those greats were phasing out, like now those guys were coming in.
Yeah.
And you know, like again, I don't have the expertise that you have because, like I said, I am literally the worst player in the history of Shelby County's tennis ever.
I bet you're not.
And it's no secret. I was on the tennis team because I was able to get out of class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mr. Kennedy, who was our tennis coach. You know what I'm saying? DJ could tell you.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, I could serve now, but like if it was a volley, it's over, man, because I am not returning at all. That junk going straight to the net or it's going straight over the fence.
Yeah.
I had no control. Like, I mean, it was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my sex life back in the day, like, no ball control. I was just everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
No diddy. But no. But, like, again, just to see any GOAT of any sport. And obviously, we watch some more than others. You know what I'm saying? You definitely watch tennis more than I do. I think I would probably watch baseball more than you do. Yeah. I think neither one of us watch hockey a lot. I watch it sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Pittsburgh Penguins, but not, I can't tell you 3 people. Like, I can name maybe 1 or 2, but, like, I ain't with it like that. But, again, when certain guys were playing in tennis, like, I watched Djokovic, I watched Federer, I watched Nadal, you know. Oh, what's the new cat?
Must see TV.
Tiafoe.
Tiafoe, Francis Tiafoe. Yep, Francis Tiafoe.
Like you know, like I watch certain guys, and so just to see somebody who was a GOAT,
Yeah.
And clearly, because like you said, he's amazing on clay, but he had a couple of big victories on grass.
Huge.
And so you couldn't say, no, he wasn't Djokovic on grass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He might not even been Federer on grass, but like,
But he right there.
outside of those two guys,
Yep.
like anybody else, as Shaq would say, you barbecue chicken.
Yep.
So literally, the top two other guys in this, but them the only dudes you're losing to on grass. Anybody else, you cooking. So you're not bad on grass. It's just that this person, these two might be better on grass than you are. But again, on clay though, you're clearly, that's your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead.
And I think about it sometimes, man. Like, we've never seen. You can arguably say those are the top 3 of all time. You can literally say that, right? But they're in the same era,
right?
So that's
it's hard,
so that's kind of like having Jordan, Kobe, and let's say put another one there, LeBron, put them all in the same era. Like that's never happened. And so even when you look at those 3, they've all amassed 20 plus Grand Slams. So just imagine if just 2 of them was in the same era and where those Grand Slams would be, right? So it's an unprecedented time, man. And so you brought up the era, and it's hard. I ain't gonna lie, like obviously I grew up playing tennis, but it's hard for me to watch tennis now, mainly because of what I grew up on. I grew up on Pete Sampras, Andre Agassi, Jim Curry. I don't know if you remember Malavey Washington, the black. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so like those cats like that,
I
and so
when they were coming in, what's my boy that I always throw the temper tantrum?
John McEnroe.
McEnroe.
Yep.
Like he was phasing out.
Yep. And then Sampras and them came in.
Right.
Jimmy Connors.
Yeah, Jimmy Connors and John McEnroe.
Yep.
And it's like they were kind of phasing out when those dudes was coming in.
And Andre Agassi and then were teenagers.
And it was like Martina
Navratilova.
She was kind of phasing out when Venus and Serena was coming in.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, again, like, man, we got to witness some great ass players in every sport.
Amazing, bro.
And so this is somebody we literally got to see come into the sport. And I want to say he's around about, close to our age. So, like, we saw him at the apex, and we've witnessed his whole career.
Yeah.
And it's a sad, it's a good thing because, I mean, you get to spend time with your family. And but it's like, man, I'm not going to see you go.
See that anymore. So, I ain't going to lie. Like, when you see those type of greats go past, like, when you grew up in a certain era, like I said, we grew up in the Pete Sampras, Andre. Like we just thought that was regular tennis, right? Because that's all I know. I saw Patrick Rafter, the dude from Aussie. You like stuff like you look at tennis, then it's like okay, you used to that. Right. And so when they phase out, you thinking that like, but you can
it ain't gonna be the same,
right? You can see a difference, just like you can see Jordan's era, and you go from the '90s up until like now, like as great, like I said, as great as LeBron is. As great as Kobe, like we've never seen anybody like MJ, like you know what I'm saying. So
and everybody talk about MJ when he won the last 3. Gilbert had a thing where he was like, when y'all comparing Kobe to MJ, y'all talking about the fadeaway MJ. They not comparing MJ to when he like the first 7 years MJ, not the Black Cat MJ. That was a totally different MJ.
38 points a game.
You know what I'm saying, like that. You know what I'm saying, like. MVP, scoring championship, defensive player of the year,
steals leader,
all in 1 year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
led the guards and blocks easy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you said, that's a whole. And then so to your point, like when you got guys like a Nadal, like a Djokovic, like a Federer that came in. Because we were used to the Agassi and the Sampras.
And they came straight in and spoiled us some more.
And it's like, we were kind of feeling some type of way initially. It's because, like, man, y'all coming in. Yeah. And y'all instantly killing the records from the rip. Yeah. Like 5 years in, like, y'all already. Like, man. And we, it's hurting us. Like, hey, you still ain't no Andre Agassi. You still ain't Pete. You know what I'm saying? You still ain't Michael Chang. And then after a while, it's like, yeah, be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
They different. And I also want to give credit to like the American that kind of got lost in the sauce with all them top 3 was Andy Roddick.
Oh, I forgot.
Because Andy Roddick, a lot of people like Andy Roddick was so cold.
He had a good run,
but he played in that era in the prime of Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic to where he only got one Grand Slam. But he was in a whole lot of Grand Slam finals, especially in Wimbledon, but he always went against one of them.
Three, right?
You know what I mean? So he kind of get lost in it as far as Americans because of he played in the era of literally the top 3 of all time, playing literally in the same era, which I don't know if you can't say that in any sport that I know of people that are potentially top 3 in their sport playing in the same era.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was unprecedented that happened in the tennis world. And so, I'm enjoy the match. I've been sharing I don't know if you've been seeing like some stuff from Nadal. They've been having like some tennis, his greatest shots and stuff that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what I be looking at and getting up on, man.
So now before we went there, you was talking about Coach Prime.
Coach Prime, yeah.
So man, what your thoughts on that? I already know.
Yeah,
that's my guy, but that's your guy.
Yeah, that's my dude. Like they're 4-2. I don't know if they lost this past weekend to Kansas State by 3, 31-28. I think they would have won that game if the two-way Heisman Trophy candidate Travis Hunter wasn't out.
I would say he was a favorite. He's a favorite.
Oh, definitely. He definitely a favorite. He probably not the favorite today, but he's definitely
prior to that. He was up there.
He definitely top 3. Now, I agree with Whitlock sometimes. Whitlock be getting on
Whitlock a lot.
It depends on it. It depends on the day.
Talking about Dion.
Yeah, except when he talking about Dion.
Then you like fuck Whitlock.
Yeah, I'm like, you kind of hating. He kind of hating.
Like Tupac when Nas sampled either. Fuck Whitlock.
Yeah, Whitlock. He's he kind of hard on him, and which he's trying to make a point, which I get what he's trying to do, but at the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying, he gonna be him. Their goal, I think, this year is to get to a bowl game. You know what I mean?
Which I mean, at 4-2, they looking like that.
They looking like they're
unless
probably
they crash out.
Which it's possible in the Big 12.
Likely. I mean, they gonna get.
Well, they in the Big 12 now though.
I think they gonna get 6 games.
Yeah, they should definitely get 6. They better get 6. They 4-2 right now.
That'll be good enough for a bowl game.
Yeah, that'll be good enough for a bowl game. But now I just wanted to mention him as far as just the job that he's doing. They had to do better with the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? I think they improved the offensive line a little bit, just a little bit, not that much. Defensively, they better get that boy Warren Sapp over there help on the defense.
See, that's the problem, JB. We need some dogs.
Yeah, you sound just like her.
Okay, you look good, you feel good. You feel good, you play good. You play good, you get paid good.
Yeah, that's like, Prime is. I think Prime doing a good job. I just wanted to know.
I do want some of your shades.
Oh yeah, I got a pair. Them my shades I wear. I don't know if you ever seen my shades I got. They Coach Prime.
So if you ever want to do something for your boy.
Oh yeah, I got.
If you ever think
you
about
want
it.
some? What color?
Man, it don't even matter.
They got different shades. They got gold, black, white.
It'll either be the gold or the black. But I'm saying it don't even. But just the fact that they the Prime.
I got you. Okay.
But I'm just saying what the center say next to the beside. When you get there, just think of me. Don't forget me.
I got you. All right. So now we got that out the way. Now we was actually going to talk about this last week, but we went into a whole rabbit hole. He said I tricked him.
No, because what did I tell you before then?
Whole rabbit hole.
I said I wasn't going to do because you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I got Project Pat laughing at the reels and stuff. My boy Butler.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because you knew. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
We ain't going to go back
we
there.
We know how it go. But I do have a little quickie and something with that when we get done. But anyway, Stefon Diggs and Cardi B. Stefon Diggs. Now you gonna have to explain more. Like I know the surface of the story. Right. The surface of the story is Cardi B. She not pregnant. She had the baby already, right? Did she have the baby already? Mm-hmm. Okay, she had the baby already. And Offset's baby. Mm-hmm. That's their second child together, or some. Oh, okay, third. Mm-hmm. So, and then I'm just assuming, Stefon Diggs came creeping in, and because they're not an item, right? No. They're not an item, and so this is just one of those. I want you, you want me, hitting and quitting. Also, I think what it sounds to me might be like some get back as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as the revenge tour, and just say that, if you want to play this game, I can do it better than you or just as great as you, which we know women that play that game, they can clearly outdo a man if they want to. I think they can outdo a man just because they can literally go to the corner right now and get somebody and do something with. So now, and so they smack, like, I want to know your thoughts. Tell me anything that I'm missing as far as the details, whatever the situation.
So on the one hand, I don't agree with you that women can do better than men can do. I feel, because again, if we're just talking about sheer numbers and volume,
Numbers. Numbers.
So you're never going to outnumber me because you got to actually like the person. I don't. Like you, and you can attest to this. Back in your player days, you didn't necessarily like everybody who you was, digging or whatever. Like they were smashable, they could get it. You could tolerate them enough to do that. It was all about the mission. You understood the assignment, and you did what you had to do. Like it ain't about trying to build something with somebody. I'm just trying to bend you over. Like, that's it. That's it. That's what we on. You have a role.
Yeah.
And so now, like, a lot of times it's like a lot of women will kind of shoot themselves in the foot because, like, you trying to look at a nigga like relationship potential. You know what I'm saying? And, like, this nigga could literally probably blow your back out, but you're looking at him like, I'm trying to be, like, and that's, if you trying to enjoy the night, fuck 5 years from now, you know what I'm saying? Like, enjoy the fucking night. Deal with 5 years from now, 5 years from now. Yeah. Have a good ass night. But you go home with your coochie still wet, no action, because you don't see a future with this nigga, but the whole point is you're supposed to be trying to find somebody to enjoy yourself with. So to that point, I just feel like with us, if we're not overly emotional about a woman, they'll never be able to beat us because, again, like when you went through a bad breakup or a woman broke your heart, how did you get over her?
Get back on the horse.
You got another one. You was back on it.
Get back on the horse.
How do they do it? They sit up there with their friends, drinking tequila.
Eat ice cream,
M&Ms, and then not even the expensive tequila either, like the cheap shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the cheap ass vodka. You know what I'm saying?
you got women nowadays though that kind of operate like dudes. They don't care about the feelings. They just want the get back. They just want the dick. They just want everything else without the emotions in it. Like some women are like that.
Somebody they like.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. Now with
and then they be back in that same. But so now to that point, so like this the situation. I don't know that they actually had any sexual experiences.
Really? That's what I heard.
It was just a lot of DMing. It was a lot of messaging back and forth.
Okay.
I believe that she shot the shot at him. Mm-hmm. But the deal was, and I've always said this, again, I just feel like whatever you dish out, you should be able to take. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you a dude and you on this, oh, man, we got it in us. Our bodies produce billions of sperm, and we... Cool.
Right.
Keep that same energy if you got a Bathsheba and she want to fucking sleep with King David, nigga.
Now,
keep that same energy if she want to go and get her some strange. Keep that same, because she messed with one other nigga. You got 37 other women you done fool with. She messed with one nigga. You about to jump off the cliff.
Yeah.
Like, make it make sense.
Now, so it's not just known that they actually did something.
No.
It's just assumed?
I don't know. I don't even think with the conversation between her and Offset, like, even his thing was, like, you pregnant, but you trying to talk to another nigga. It wasn't like you fucking another nigga. You trying to talk to another dude. Mm-hmm. So, it wasn't it was flirtation. Right. It was, I'll do this, I'll do that, but it never actually went all that way. But he was feeling some type of way because she's pregnant. And
baby.
It's just that she's entertaining it. Yeah. But again, like, nigga, you outside. Yeah. It's like Future and him. You know what I'm saying? Like they are the 1 and 2 they are the LeBron and KD of being outside.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Which again, and again, if you want to be outside, but keep that same energy.
Yeah.
If your Sierra decide to go get rid of Russell Wilson, don't be mad, nigga. You outside, and you're not just outside. You're the whole outdoors.
Yeah.
You're the forest and the trees. You know what I'm saying? And you mad because somebody you really didn't want go get wifed up, or in this case, somebody you playing, and it's an open secret. It's pictures of you with other women. Like niggas reference you in verses in their songs, and you think she ain't gonna find out, and y'all got mutual friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you fucking some of her homegirls or some people that at least in her in the outer circle of people that she know.
Yeah.
And you don't think it's gonna get back to her. You think she's just supposed to sit there. And I'm not trying to be funny. Like, yeah, the Migos, y'all made good music, but I'm sorry, Cardi got way more appeal than you do. Cardi will continue to go on. Like, when you stop making his nigga, you ain't in no movies, you not in no commercials. Like, nigga, nobody cares. Like, Cardi can fucking stop making music and be like the old auntie in movies and shit and still be that chick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She could be like, what's the and you know who I'm talking about. Cause if I say the name, you ain't gonna know. But when I show you, her face, cause she done been in some of everything. She was one of Will's auntie, in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Talking about the new one, or you talking about just the old Fresh Prince?
No, she in the TV show.
Yeah,
She's one of the aunties. She was in that movie The Temptations. She was in that movie.
Okay, I think I know you're talking about.
She was Terrence J's mama in Think Like a Man.
Think Like a Man. I know you're talking about. She played in Different World too.
Yeah. She was somebody's.
I know you're talking about.
I
don't know her
can't think
name,
of who she played, because I want to say she was one of the deans.
Yeah, in Different World.
Jennifer
yeah.
Lewis.
Okay.
That's her name.
I don't think I know her name, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know you're talking
Cardi B could be her. Cardi B could be the cool auntie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's going off and everything. And she can play that. She can parlay that. Jennifer Lewis has been the fucking auntie for fucking 30 years. And has made a career doing that. Cardi B could do that. Cardi B got so much personality. And like, you want to not like it because it's kind of hood and ratchet, but it's not like Tiffany Haddish ratchet where it seems kind of gimmicky. It's like, that's just really, her being her. And so now, again, you got somebody that, like a Rihanna. Man, you ain't seen A$AP Rocky do shit, but play his fucking position. He understand the assignment.
Mm-hmm. Because you don't want to play that game.
And what I'm saying is,
you don't want to play that game.
Now Cardi might have to actually like, but Cardi can get another, in this situation, Cardi can get another him. He might not be able to get another Cardi.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Cardi, because again, she get with Stefon Diggs. Like, this nigga, he got personality. Like, this nigga will end up being on NFL Today or whatever. Like, he gonna have, like, she can get with another A-list actor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the issue when it comes to stuff like that. Because the last thing a dude want to be involved in or think about is your girl giving it to another dude. Because at the end of the day, whatever y'all did together, the generalization is, if she get with another dude, she probably nastier with him. You know what I'm saying? Than she probably is with you. And so you know the whole face make, the sounds and all this stuff like that. So, with Offset, like some of that stuff, you would think as a man, you got to take it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's easier said than done, because especially when if your baby inside, like, you're gonna poke your baby out. You know what I'm saying? When they get,
it's not, no.
I mean,
we think that, but
we know that's not gonna
like
happen.
that's the male ego, like,
the ego part about it. Just like,
we're not doing anything. You're not even getting close to your baby.
But
in that situation,
to be honest, for a man that got 4 kids, pregnancy sex It's dope.
I mean, it's some. Don't get me wrong.
It's super dope. I can't front. It's super dope.
No, I agree.
Super dope.
And mine was always with somebody who wasn't having my child. Like, so I know. I agree. I'm like, what's that movie? Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Where they swapped or whatever, but he had the chick he was messing with. It was Ryan Reynolds and my boy from the show Arrested Development, Jason Bateman.
Okay.
And they was best friends, and like they end up watching. Their personality swapped the bodies, and he had a chick that he met with every Tuesday that was like 9 months pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And he was like knocking her down, and she come in like with the whole, lingerie and stuff on, and like Jason Bateman's like, "Oh, I can't do it. It's a pregnant." He's like, "Are you gonna mess that up for me?" Like, no. This is my Tuesday. You get in there and you do it. Like.
Wow.
But no, it is. You're right. It is amazing. It's everything. It's naturally. She ain't got to be like it's already wet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't take much.
Yeah.
It don't take much.
Yeah.
It don't take. Like, we joke about the 2 pumps and swivel. With them, like, 2 pumps and swivel, like, she's already there. And then, so at that point, after she get a couple, you can go ahead and you ain't even got to show out. Because you already gave her a couple of them. So now, anything, like, at that point, now it's all on you.
Yeah.
You trying to catch up to her. But I think it's the ego thing, man.
Yeah, definitely. Ego's a big part of it, for sure.
It's just a lot of sensitive ass niggas that, and you got to understand. Like, I come from a long line of side niggas and side women. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how my folks got here. You know what I'm saying? Like, from being a side woman and having side one. Like, so I guess that may be in my DNA. Like, I mean, as much as I can't stand my mama's that, like, that nigga was a pimp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like her mom, like, my grandma was married, never legally got a divorce. But, like, when my mom was growing up, my grandma had other dudes that lived in the house. He got a whole fucking husband.
Wow.
So like, again, so like, just knowing people, and this ain't shitting on my fault. Like, it is what it is. People's lives are their lives. But, like, knowing that, it's like you kind of have an understanding for the human side of it. Like, what would make somebody do that? And these people did that and didn't get emotional about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, fucking Jim Crow was worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, being the grandchild or great-grandchild of a slave was worse. You know what I'm saying? Than my fucking emotions, because my woman and shit, like, nigga, I got to deal with dogs and water hoses and all of that shit, like the Ku Klux Klan. So for me, I don't, like I said, I don't look at it like that. I'm not saying that Cardi was wrong. Clearly, again, like I said, if you dish it out, you should be able to take it.
They're going through a divorce, though, right?
Yeah. But I mean,
Right.
I'm just saying, but everybody knows Offset is outside.
Right. Yeah.
And so you're making a fool of her. It ain't like you're going over to fucking Ukraine or somewhere and you getting some straight Brazil that nobody knows. Like, nigga, you doing this shit with people that, like, we can see them recording the verse or on a TV show or on a movie screen, like, you moving like that. And so now, because other people know these people that you're messing with, now they're talking amongst themselves, and it's gonna get back to her. And so she's sitting up here carrying your child, and you making her look stupid because you shitting where you eat at, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, I forgot about that going through the divorce part. Like, it shouldn't be an issue on the surface, but like you said, when you get pride, emotions, and ego involved, like, you get how a dude can get stung by that just because of, I'm pretty sure they probably had a good sex life, but at the end of the day, that sex life is not gonna, you know what I'm saying, make or break your relationship. There's other stuff involved, you know what I'm saying? And so when you get the people to that level, Cardi B and Offset, like, they want to be, Cardi B probably want to have kids by the same dude, no matter what they do.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna have a baby, I'm gonna have it with Offset. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do whatever else I want to do with somebody else.
Because
But
I don't want to have a bunch of baby daddies.
Right. So, a lot of people at least have that much respect. You know what I'm saying? They'll do something else, but I'm gonna have a baby with the person I started with, that was actually my husband. So, the male ego can be fragile with that, but at the end of the day, if you play that game, and you play that game with that caliber of woman, like,
I mean, like, it don't have to, but like, I say this, and I think this would
happen.
help a lot of dudes out. Like, and again, went back when you was outside.
Yep.
You had multiple girlfriends. You was sleeping with multiple women. Like, your intention, your mentality was never, I'm trying to hurt this chick over here. I'm trying to make this chick mad. You was thinking solely about you.
Definitely.
And so maybe, just maybe, if we looked at it like the way we look at it with us, she ain't necessarily trying to get back. Because what the male ego is that it makes me look inadequate as a man.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't hitting it right. I ain't got enough money. I ain't got enough personality. Like, it makes us look and feel inadequate when she does it. And that's why it hurts us so much. And I think that sometimes with them, sometimes they realize, like, when we do it, it ain't got nothing to do with them. And they realize, like, okay, he don't really hate me, or he ain't got to be, like, he just a hoe, or he just he like a challenge, or he trying to see what he can get.
Yeah.
It's not personal. And so that's why they're able to get over it a little bit better. Whereas with us, we take it like that's an indictment against our manhood.
Mm-hmm.
And the realization comes in, okay, generally, when women cheat, it's simply because either A, they're using that guy. So, like, a woman may love you, but it's like, this dude over here got more money. Jada Pinkett set it off. Come on, Nate. I'm trying to get my brother in school. Like, she used, like, okay, yeah, Nate was but she was using Nate to get money. Mm-hmm. It was no affection. It was no love. I just need to get this bag.
All right.
That's all that is. So that's why or like, you're a CEO, or you're like, you got connections. Kamala Harris and what's it got? Like, I'm sleeping with this old ass politician because he's politically connected and he's getting me in the doors I wouldn't be able to get in by myself. Yeah. It ain't no romance. Like, this nigga 40 years older than me. Ain't no romance and affection in that shit. This is strictly professional trying to get ahead. Or that man is giving the woman something she's not getting from her relationship. So, like, you could be a good dude, but, like, you don't listen. Or y'all don't talk. Or, you're never there. So somebody's giving her attention. Somebody's talking. Somebody's listening.
Yeah.
So now, it's not so much that I don't like where I'm at, but I feel an emotional attachment to this guy because you're giving me that. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, again, you got the guy that you're using. You got the guy that's giving you something your man ain't giving you. Then you also
it can be the same on the other side with a man, too.
The sexual part of it, it's like you got a good dude, he got money, he doing status, whatever, but like when y'all get intimate, he just don't know how to hit that spot. And so now you got somebody that once every month or every other month, when you really just need to get your rocks off and you ain't trying to, use a rose or nothing like that, you know who to call so you can get yours. And it ain't necessarily no love thing or no, like, it's just, I just need to get my release from actually having a man contact. And then the last reason is sometimes it's just revenge. Like you done got over on me, so now I need to get my get back.
Yep.
And the rarity is
feels good in the moment.
It's just like a sex addict or that, like, that's rare. That's the rarest one. Like, a chick is just a legit sex addict, a nympho, and she just got to, he can get it, and it's just, but she's dealing with some psychological stuff that's deeper than, so it don't matter how good of a man you are, how good your sex is, how much money you got, she has some psychological issues, which is why she's moving like that. But everybody else, it's those 4 reasons. It's using, it's emotional connection, it's I'm using you because I'm not being sexually satisfied, or it's revenge. Like, those are the 4 reasons why women would do it. Whereas with a man, it ain't got to be none of them 4 reasons. And that's the difference. It could just be like, because I like the challenge. It could be like, because I talk myself into a corner.
It's Thursday.
Oh, a chick, you wouldn't know what to do with this. And then you fuck around and say, bitch, I've been and you ain't going to do nothing. What's it, BMF, Mr. Charles.
Right.
BMF.
Right.
He wasn't trying to.
He trying to fix her ceiling fan.
You know what I'm saying? But she kept, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you won't like, and it's like, man, I'm going to have to show you what it is, like you keep playing with me, I'm gonna show you. You
Not
know what I'm
Charles.
saying? Right, and it's not a deal of it ain't revenge. It ain't using her. It ain't the woman giving you something like you just talk shit. And now I got to show you.
Yeah,
As Kendrick would say, sometimes you got to pop out and show like that's what it is.
it's the principle.
GP.
All right, this last one before we shut down here. Kanye, Ye West. Now it was another thing that came out today about him, but the first thing I saw about it, he's being charged for sexual assault on his assistant.
Oh, former assistant.
Mm-hmm. And then the other thing I heard came out with that his wife's mom was coming out. No. His wife said that he tried to have sex with his mom or something. So
oh yeah, I did see that.
yeah. So that's the whole thing. So you tell me about Ye, man. You know how I feel about Ye, man.
That's
but
your boy.
you know, yeah. But okay, well.
He made a gospel album. He's obviously a Christian because he made a gospel album.
You know.
He obviously served the same guys you serve because he made a gospel album.
You know, maybe at
throw gospel on it makes it.
Maybe at a time he did, but you know, yeah, he's Kanye. Just from the outside looking in, from what I've been seeing, the reports, the smoke and mirrors, some of the stuff you got to research, the other stuff because the mainstream media can kind of add a punch to it, but Ye seems to be spiraling a little bit. Last I heard, he's about to start like a porn industry company or something like that.
Which is what you should do after you make the gospel album.
In today's time, you may be correct.
Because it's all about reaching the people. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to reach, all right.
Yeah.
You're going to reach.
I mean, because in both industries, you're laying hands on people. You know what I'm saying?
But Ye, man, I really, I don't know who did the interview. Maybe it was Candace Owens or something like that. And so it was a tilt in how the way I got it, the reason he's kind of drifting off like he did was because he said he asked God for something, he didn't get it. And so now, now he's going the other way because what all he thought, what all he believed, whatever. Now he's just, okay, forget Jesus, forget God. I'm going the other way now because I'm in my feelings and I didn't get what I thought I deserved during this time, during this season. So it's sad, but but you seen his wife. His wife pretty much looks like a Kim Kardashian clone for the most part. I mean, obviously that's his type. That's it. Well, I don't want to say that's his fantasy. That's his lust.
I was gonna say no because Amber Rose don't look like.
Yeah, that's the lust. That's the lust part. Like he likes, certain complexion. You know what I'm saying? He likes certain, assets. You know what I'm saying? Pun intended. So, yeah, man. It's difficult to see him kind of go through, what he's going through, but. You get what you're the combination of the decisions that you make. You know what I'm saying? So you make, the gospel album, and I made something about talking about the Glorilla and Kurt Franklin and all this stuff like that. This is a whole nother situation, but Ye had his moment. I still, thought that he was being, I guess, genuine more so at the time, but. That interview I was telling you about, he kind of told on himself. So it was like, look, I asked for something or whatever, God didn't answer me, and so now it ain't real, or now I'm in my feelings, or now I'm about to go, like the other way. Yeah, do me. So it's unfortunate, bro. It's unfortunate. That's all I can say.
I mean, again, so I don't know. I just always, on the one hand, I always question motives. And yeah, ain't my guy, but
I know. Yeah.
At the same time, I question motives.
You bump his music, though. The music still fire, though. The old music. I ain't talking about, the gospel, but the old.
It's certain songs. I mean, not like he wasn't, even when I didn't know.
He was with Jigga.
Have some of the stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
No. Everything with, the songs that he had the features on. You know what I'm saying? Like the song with Talib Kweli and Common. Throw up your motherfucking hands, get them hot. Like, yeah, I rock that one. Like you said, the song with Jay-Z, I rock, but that's because I like Jay-Z. I like Common. I like Talib Kweli. Like the songs where he like Through the Wire just wasn't it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus Walks was
You don't
not
like
it.
Through the Wire?
No. Jesus Walks was not it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually bumped the version of Jesus Walk I bumped is a remix by Corey Red and Precise where they rapped over it. And like I bumped that more than Kanye's Jesus Walk.
What about Spaceship?
Yeah, no, I'm straight.
What?
This nigga talking about working at the Gap. Like, nigga, in the air conditioning, selling bougie ass clothes, and you talking about slave ship, nigga. You ever been at the hub, motherfucker? Like, we talking about slave ship. You ever been at the hub? You ever been at Club Fed?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever been at UPS?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like talk to me about some shit like that where you got to be in the fucking hub and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to make Sort Down.
But at least he wasn't lying about
Sort
it.
Down came and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
all of a sudden somebody come with a string of AMJs that you got to unload, and it's Sort Down time, and you think you finna leave, and you got eight AMJs sitting up there that you got to unload, and then your manager sent half of the people home, and you know what I'm talking about because you just had to like nigga.
I get it.
So no, the Gap, nigga.
Gap.
If I could, and you get a percentage off when you buy shit like nigga, I wish I could have worked. And then on top of that, you're stealing clothes from the Gap. You talked about that in the song. So like, no, I don't feel sorry for you because you was eating off the fat of the land. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you wasn't getting in your salary, you was getting from shit you was stealing. I mean, the concept is good. I mean, the concept would have been real from somebody who was like working a Job Corps or something like that. But no, I don't have any attachment to him. You know, like that. And like I said again,
I get it.
It's a lot of people who idolize these artists. Just like everything they put out is like gospel. And some of this shit is straight ass. But it's like, oh my God, they got a new song. It's like, no, that ain't that. And they try to just, oh man, no, y'all got to understand the artistry. No, this just song sound like shit. It's not.
It's boo-boo. It's boo-boo.
You know what I'm saying? But again, because we like something, we'll defend it tooth and nail. Again, Kanye ain't my guy. But at the same time, I do believe that it is witch hunting. I question motives. Why are you coming out with this now? Why didn't you come out this when this first happened? You know, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Are you trying to crumble, you know, what he's building? Are you trying to get some money off of him? But the other thing can be true too. And that is that sometimes these celebrities, these wealthy people, they feel like they got diplomatic immunity. They feel like they can do and say whatever they want to who and when and wherever they want. And it is what it is. You don't like it, kick rocks. And sometimes personally it'll be 80, 90 years old and that's that on it. Oftentimes you meet your fate long before that, whether that's a jail thing or, you know, your death or whatever. You get your wake-up call. The allegations, and we'll say allegations because we don't know them to be verifiable fact.
Right,
but it is disturbing, some of the things like we're talking about. You putting something in somebody's drink, they passing out. You know what I'm saying? And they wake up and they clothes ain't on right or something, but they didn't see nothing. They can't verify it. But then like a year or so later, the person that was there when you passed out, like, oh, you know, why you ain't giving me none now? It ain't like we ain't done it before. And you trying to think like, what the fuck are you talking about? We ain't never been close to that.
Yeah.
And then it occurs to you, oh, the only time I was around you was the time that like I know some shit was done to me. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, and so that's where the sexual harassment came into because it was a constant like, okay, we already did something. How come we can't do it again? Like no, we ain't never did. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that part, that's the scary part. The part that he's around people and the person she says she has, you know, she got receipts, you know, of sex trafficking where people was brought in for the purposes that were trying to get her to have sex with other people. Like, you know what I'm saying? You trying to take her to a destination and like, okay, when you get there, you know, you finna.
Yeah.
And those are some damning allegations, if true.
It's true.
It ain't. I don't want to. I don't want to cut a 50.
Yeah.
Whatever this shit your father did, he did this shit or died trying. Oh.
Now I want to ask you about this. I did make a small segment about this. I do want to know your thoughts on it. Glorilla from the town, Memphis, actually Fraser, Raleigh area, where she kind of grew. You know what I'm saying? Where she grew up at. She had a song with debut album came out, Glorious. I don't know if you heard it. I heard it. I listened to all of it actually. It's a good album. It got some cuts on there.
Yeah.
Especially being from Memphis, we like the drums, we like the chants, you know what I'm saying? So we got that. Now, but getting back to the feature that she got with Kurt Franklin, Maverick City, and Kiera Sheard, what do you think about her making a gospel song with them on her album?
It's very problematic.
On whose side? Because when I made the video, like I think I came at it from a different side because I saw a lot of people down in Glorilla for doing that stuff. Like, but I'm like, you can't blame a child with what I'm saying, when you got grown people like a Kurt Franklin and stuff like that. So
or not even somebody who professes to be something, but you can see that they're lukewarm or they're not actively pursuing.
Yeah.
No, I don't never look at anybody in that position. It's always the people who you got status or you got rank. Like why is this able to be tolerated? Like what are we talking about? And so
pretty much
from that aspect of it, yes, I am, because Kirk has been through this before. So
that's
I'm
what he
disappointed
does.
because it's
That's
like
his MO.
you don't learn your lesson and you keep trying to justify it, and it's not justifiable. And it was funny because we were talking about when my pops came through and he asked me one question and I gave him, and he was like, do you have a scripture reference? And I said, okay, well, look at the story of Zacchaeus. Jesus comes to this town, everybody's outside, Zacchaeus can't see him. He climbs to the top of this tree. So just so he can get a glimpse. You know what I'm saying? And then when he comes down, the Messiah says, hey, I'm eating at your crib tonight. Which was shocking. Like, oh my God. Like, but it was such a level of, I don't want to say anointing, but for lack of a better choice of words, like he recognized that. It's like, I can't keep doing what I'm doing. Hang around. I got to move differently when I'm around you. And so a lot of times, like, you had these artists like, okay, if you're going to feature this person, that person, like that, like, where's the, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the change at? Where's the changes you bring? Like, what fruit are you bringing? If your fruit is taking somebody to a bunch of clubs and getting them like, that's rotten fruit. It's not going to last. But if your fruit is, okay, I'm hooking them up with this investing person. I'm hooking them up with this banking person. I'm hooking them up with this 401c3 and 401k person. Like, it. So now if we're doing that, oh, okay. Now we on the same page.
No, I'm with you. But again, I heard the album, and the best gospel song on there is a junk called Glow's Prayer. It's like right after the Rain Down on Me. You know what I'm saying? Where she kind of praying to God. Like, that was way more authentic. I just thought even the song was trash. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a fan of the song at all. But par for the course. You know what I'm saying? We knew what it was before. I think we've talked about this before, as far as when Will Smith used Maverick City to be on the BET Awards to do a song, which he was trying to use them to do a whole redemption narrative to bring him back to the black community where he came from, with the slap and all this other stuff like that. And so, but like I said, the check cleared. You know what I mean? As far as Maverick City or whatever, Kirk Franklin did a song with Lil Baby on the Space Jam soundtrack. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, it was no surprise. But again, when circumstances like that, I don't put nothing on a Glorilla because we know the type of music that she makes. We know where she is in her life. She was on Club Shay Shay, and she actually told you where she was and what she wanted to do and stuff like that. So you don't pin nothing on her. You pin stuff on the older statesmen in the game that has,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
To know better.
Yeah, you're supposed to. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I wanted to know your thoughts on that. But I'm good, man. You got anything else?
Did we miss anything? No, I think we good.
Yeah, I don't think.
Obviously it'll be some stuff. Probably we'd be like, oh shit, we should talk about that. But
put it on for next week.
Yeah,
put it on. For
hopefully
next week.
we YouTube don't be tripping on us.
Yeah. We get this live back going, but I'm about to try to go and put this out.
Has absolutely nothing to do with our copyright strikes and.
Yeah, man, we getting a little too much
hate
of that.
Speech and shit.
Yeah, we getting too much of that going on. Be honest, the next time, continue with that executive mindset.
And most definitely keep it presidential.
Salute.
Arrivederci. Bow.